Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what kind of person are they? We're going to take a look at their nature, their character, a full picture of who they are in case you want to know more about them. This has been an interesting reading requested by a viewer here, so thank you for that suggestion. I really love it. And before we begin, I quickly want to tell you, because that if you haven't gotten a response from me in your email, because I have a lot of people saying, oh, I thought you didn't reply back to me, to my request, and later on they found the email. So make sure you check your junk or spam email, because I always respond back to your emails. A lot of you have been sending requests for readings and for my productivity book, so thank you very much. Know that I hold them dear and I would never ignore your email. Alright, so let's pick our piles for today's reading. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have Adventure here. I see a card seeping out. You have Success. And for our last pile, now let me shuffle this better, we have Abundance. So take a look at these three piles. Let me help you out see them. So this is for pile number 1. This is for pile number 2. And this is for pile number 3. So take a look at these three pictures and see which one you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. As usual, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, trust your intuition, and you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Hi, pile number 1. So now we're taking a look at what kind of a person they are, your person, the one you're inquiring about. And this is how your card looks like. It's the Page of Pentacles. Before I analyze this person, I have the intention today of putting all the cards together so that they give a coherent message to who they truly are. Okay. So we want to find out, what kind of person are they, please? What kind of person are they? Pile number 1's person, please. Okay. So you have conditioning. You have guidance. Totality, and on this side you have interesting person, consciousness. That's the Ace of Swords. Really interesting here. Ooh, the Magician. You have existence. You have clinging to the past, which is the 5 of Cups. I think we have space for one more card here. That is innocence. So pile number 1, what I see about your person here is that this is a person who has a combination between having a beautiful, kind soul on the interior, but a hard shell on the exterior. This hard shell is obviously there to protect themselves, because as I can see very clearly here, is that this person started off as being a very innocent person who was open about their emotions and their feelings. They spoke their truth, they made sure they expressed how they felt. But I think they've been through a lot of harsh experiences with relationships and with friends that have really taught them a lot. They've never changed who they were on the inside. They've always cherished this part. They know that they are people who are deep with a lot of emotions. They know that they're a person who's deep with a lot of emotions. But it seems like the world has really hurt them a lot, especially the relationships that they have been in. And they have, at some point, with the magician here, vowed to make a stance, to make a difference to how they behave and act with people, because they were so kind that a lot of people took advantage of this kindness. And they've learned that when you show your kind side, when you show your interest and you show your true self, people will definitely be taking advantage of you. They will be using you, mistreating you, sometimes even abusing you. And it seems like they haven't been with the right people, because their idea here is not always true. If you surround yourself with the right people who are honest and respectful, they wouldn't be treating you this way. And so this is why you have the conditioning card here with the devil. But it's them feeling stuck more than them. They're not bad people, like I just explained, at all. It's just that they are the ones who are withholding themselves off, afraid of something that is not really true. It's something that they should tear out, an idea that they have to tear out, change. What they need to change here is who they connect with, and not their thoughts and their shell. And while it's very important to be wise and be careful from the people around you in the beginning, make sure that you are safe and you're dealing with good people first before you give them complete trust like they did in the beginning. It's also important to realize that you cannot consistently stay in a relationship or a connection or a friendship where you're constantly not showing your true self. So there's a lot of imbalanced emotions with this person, a lot of going back and forth with them, feeling stuck with their thoughts, wanting to be free and express themselves and feel home with friends or people, but they're not really able to experience that until they let go of their thoughts and substitute them for finding genuinely good people. It's that decision that they've made at some point after all the harsh experiences that they've gone through, that has done good but bad to them. They've protected them from people who want to make use of their energy, who are not there for all the right reasons, are not there to reciprocate their emotions with them. But at the same time, it's been hurting them because they're not living their true authentic self, and it really is burdening. How long can you hold a fiery stone of what is it called, the volcano stones, I forgot their names. How long can you hold it in your hands? Not a lot. And I think they're at a point here in their life where they're starting to see the great disadvantage of that, and they're really thinking about how to go through life without going back and forth between these two tough emotions here. So you're dealing with someone who's good at the core, but be careful, pal number one. What I see with this person here is not someone who you can change. This is someone who can only change themselves. Once they are interested in someone, they go fully in. But if they're not fully interested in someone, where they like someone but they haven't fully made up their mind, you will not see a lot of energy of pursuing you, which is the opposite of what I see here, or pursuing anyone else, or pursuing the friendship. They hold themselves a lot. They are the opposite. When they know they want something, they go after it very well. Pile number one. So this person is also quite a victim to society. meaning they conform a little bit to society's ideals, society's ideologies. And while they sometimes, even these ideas sometimes hurt them, but they, I think, are too stuck on wanting people to like them, to be quite frank with you. They are not free to do what they want because they they like to impress society a little bit. They like that society likes them, and they don't want to change that. And it's something that's really keeping them stuck, and it's like putting down their own strength. Their fear of what people may say about them or how they may think about them is the reason they're not able to fully express their strength. Because on the inside, they're quite a strong person, but they don't always express themselves out of fear of society. And I think this fear was also the reason why they let other people in the past make use of them, or take take control of them a little bit, which they're completely refusing now. But again, this person, even though they're a beautiful, beautiful person on the inside, can be a little bit superficial, meaning they haven't yet learned to look for deeper connections. They haven't learned yet to look for connections that make them feel whole, that have a meaning, that go deeper than the superficial level. I think this person is still, with the Page of Pentacles here, still young with their thoughts and their maturity level when it comes to picking the people around them, which is why they've been having a lot of trouble here. One of their life missions this time is to learn to grow out of that, is to start connecting more with people and having a deeper understanding of things, far deeper than the superficial level that they are on at the moment. Pile number 1. But at the same time, friend or not, relationship or not, this is a person who has empathy, who will be there for you, someone who feels for people, someone who loves helping out and assisting others, feels sorry for the less fortunate people, wants to help out in any way. And certainly a person who you can call when you need something, or you want someone to listen to you with empathy, or even if you want help with someone. This is surely a person who you can rely on to be there for you whenever they can. And it's definitely something that they have learned throughout their past lives and developed. And that's why they have a beautiful part in them. It's just that there is this societal pressure. Learning how to pick the right people, learning how to create stronger bonds is what they should be learning in this lifetime. With the Three of Pentacles here, there needs to be more cooperation with the right people, healthy connections that make you feel whole and happy. Another thing that I see about this person is that they are quite smart with a lot of potential. It seems like they will go far in life with the Magician card here. They rely a lot on their intelligence and on their planning skills. They're usually successful people. You find them doing well in their jobs or their studies. They're proactive when it comes to finding solutions at work, trying to untangle them, trying to do the best to prove themselves where they are. And they definitely are able to prove themselves and progress quickly in life, whether it's with their own business or within their company, the company that they're working in, or if they're studying. They are determined to show that they are worth it, that they can do a lot, and they put in the effort and the work to succeed, and they are noticed, and they definitely become successful. Pile number 1. Another thing that I notice with the helping out here, that this is someone who, yes, you can rely on, but be careful, because when it comes to their own needs or what they have to do, if helping you is going to harm something else or ruin something else that is important for them, they will instantly be drawing back. They won't feel good about it, but they won't be there unless it's not harming anything in their life in any way, which is not totally a bad thing, but sometimes you may feel like they could have figured it out to be there for you, but they didn't. And there is a small part where they need to grow as well. But this is not to shame them. Pile number 1, they are truly people who love to help out, and most of the time, 9.9 out of 10 times, this person will be there for you, helping you out if you needed them. So pile number 1, that was your reading. This is what kind of person they are. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen this beautiful success card here. It's really intriguing. So we're gonna put all the cards together in order to have a more coherent idea about what kind of person the person you're inquiring about is. We're looking at their nature and their character, their personality traits, and so on. Alright, so we already have a couple of cards here. Let's see what they are. Okay. Ooh, you have the 6 of Swords, which is the burden here, right under success. This is pretty interesting. You have healing. You have schizophrenia. That's the 2 of Swords. You have the Lovers. Ooh, okay. You have, again, innocence in the same place. This is so weird. Okay. The piles are starting to freak me out, reading after reading. How the same cards come up in the same placements, no matter how I change things and shuffle. Okay. So you have maturity, which is the Ace of Pentacles here. You have past lives. Okay. Oh, that's it. Right. So pile number 2. What I see about your person here is that they started off as very innocent people. They had a beautiful, innocent facade to them, and an innocent spirit as well. But unfortunately, they've ended up being a person who usually has hidden truth, shows illusion, doesn't show the truth now. Is not a clear person. Pile number 2. Now, this is not to hate on them at all. It seems like they have been through a lot in life. They have had loving parents, but it looks like they've been through a tough life. Living on the edge somehow. Maybe his or her parents didn't have had financial issues. Maybe they were bullied as little kids. In all cases, whatever it was, they've had a tough childhood and teenage life. Pile number 2. It took them a lot to start healing, and they, in order to fix this tough situation that they've gone through, it seems like they've immersed themselves at work, because it was one of the ways that would give them hope into becoming the person who they have in mind. What's the word? It's a way in which they can compensate themselves for what happened and create the life that they truly wish they can have. So most likely than not, they probably have had some financial issues when they were younger, or maybe they were bullied like we talked about, and now they want to prove their authority and power. Whichever case it is, they haven't fully healed. And while they think they have healed, and they certainly are feeling much better than they ever have before, they are not completely healed at all, pile number 2. And this is where you need to be careful. You will be charmed by their charm now, and their charisma, their success, the confidence that they display. But really, the confidence that they're displaying is only something that works for them on the outside, but on the inside, they still feel like the little child that was somehow unfortunate or mistreated. And these emotions, they come out and haunt, no, not haunt, they come out, they seep out and hurt the people around them one way or the other when people get close to them. Because at the moment, all they can see is their financial situation, how they can be successful, how they can impress, how can they be amazing. And because they are so much in need to impress and compensate what happened in their dear childhood here, they have lost their way. They have parked their beautiful soul that comes out. You can see through it sometimes. They would feel bad for you sometimes. You would see the goodness in them in some situations where they get up and help someone. But don't be fooled by these little beautiful acts that we should never ever undermine. They were done from the heart. But at the same time, don't measure all their actions with these little beautiful things that you see, because they stem from the original beautiful spirit that still exists in their heart. And if they heal their inner child, you would be seeing so much of this most of the time. But unfortunately, this is someone who can only help themselves by themselves. They don't understand that they haven't healed. And so you would experience with this person a lot of things later on that you may not like. Maybe indirectness with the illusion here, not telling you the full truth, filtering out what to tell you and what not to tell you, sometimes even portraying a beautiful picture that doesn't exist, making bigger promises than what they can achieve, changing their minds quickly when they give you these promises, and act like they haven't made these promises at all. You'll find that there's also so much that they don't tell you about their lives. Being close to them will not really feel home. It might feel in the beginning like home because they're all charming in the very beginning, because of their need to impress people and feed their inner child. But later on, again, to feed this same beautiful inner child, they have to play games, put on a facade that's not theirs, give promises because they want to impress you, and then change them because they don't want to give, for example. Maybe they give promises so that you would change your mind about something, manipulate you towards doing something, and then taking it back when you've actually done it. So on. It's definitely someone who, I don't want to say a bad person, because they have a beautiful soul, but you need to be careful, pile number 2, when dealing with them. Keep your distance. Don't lose them at all, but at the same time, make sure you keep a distance. If you have some emotions for them, or if they have a crush on you, or if it's anything of that sort, be careful, because the connection with them is really going to be edgy, pile number 2. It's not going to be stable. You're going to be confused a lot of the times. Sometimes they'll show you their good side, and others they'll just show you their bad side, and it's going to hurt you along the way, pile number 2. This is a person who you will notice has a lot of connections, love to go out with people, party, mingle, create friends, but the people on the outside think that they're just wonderful. The people who deal with them on a deeper level, of course, you will find them complaining about the things that happened to them from this person, pile number 2. And also, they're so good at displaying a beautiful picture on the outside that it makes it hard for people to believe others that have been stung by them. Most people are on their side because of their success and because of the great civilized picture that they display on the outside, and so socially it's not very easy to believe the opposite of who they really are. They're very good at hiding this part. Also, this person, unfortunately, due to their need to impress and feel like they're wanted, sometimes they spark interest in other people, treat them very nicely, charm them, and then when they get the reciprocation that they want, they maybe ghost them or lose interest in these people. And they may not really be aware that they're doing that. They might tag what they're doing as, I'm just finding the right person, oh, we didn't click. But unfortunately, they have this behavior of charming other people even when they are in other relationships. Now, this person that you're inquiring about, pile number 2, does a great job being a successful person. They work very hard. They're pretty sharp and smart. They know how to negotiate their deals, and they're certainly somewhere up there when it comes to their job. If they're working in a company, they're a hotshot, they're a big manager that everyone looks up to. They seem like this wise professional person when they're working. They tend to put other people down who are working with them if they create some sort of threat to them, because work is the most important thing to them. Pile number 2. But unfortunately, working with them at work as well, at some point will give the same impression. They will give big promises. They will show their clients or the people they're working in with how much they can do. But if it's not going to harm them at any point, if it's a small deal or if it's someone that's not going to harm them in any way, they're not afraid to ignore them, to ignore the deal, and not be ethical about it. But they're very careful in general. They don't display this sort of behavior at work unless they're really not getting anything out of it. Then you can see, like if they get a bigger, better deal with someone, they have no problem dropping the other one without fulfilling their promises or giving much care. Pile number 2. Despite all of this, they've built a strong character, even though they have a sad inner child, but they have really, like they think, worked a lot on themselves. They've developed a strong character, or at least that's how it appears. They're able to put boundaries very well, and they are able to be pleasant and fun, really fun to be with. You'll find them funny and a good social character to be around in general. On the outside, to people, it looks like this person has it all, but only this person knows how sad they are on the inside, and it's their little secret. And it's a good thing. They don't need to tell anyone about how they feel, but they're really not happy on the inside. They work towards it, but very slowly, and sometimes they don't know what to do. Sometimes they would read, ask, but it's a long way to go if you hide it and not maybe seek professional help, like counseling, for example, which is definitely something that would help them a lot, especially that we should not forget they have a beautiful soul there on the inside. It's really not all that bad. It's just that it's bad at this phase. They are not bad. They just need to heal so that they don't hurt other people along the way as they are growing and healing. Pile number 2. So pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on the notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen this beautiful picture here, which is the King of Pentacles. Now we're gonna have a coherent reading where we put all the cards and say what they want and see what they want to say together, in order to find out with as much detail as possible what kind of person they are in terms of their nature and their character. And as we started the reading, I heard anything that you lose comes round in another form. So I'm not sure what this means yet, but we'll find out. We'll find out as we do the reading. Okay, so pile number 3, you have, again, the Ace of Pentacles. Now that is an interesting combination here. You have the Master. Whoa, who are you dealing with? Pile number 3. The Dream, 6 of Cups. Morality. And the 7 of Pentacles, Patience. Okay. Right. Let's look on the other side. You have the 10 of Cups. That's lovely. Which is harmony here. You have the 3 of Wands, which is experiencing. And you oh, that's it. I keep forgetting. Right. So pile number 3, the person you're inquiring about lost something important in their childhood. This could be for some of you their mother, but for some others it could be maybe their wealth. They were living pretty well off in the beginning, but then somehow they've lost their wealth and it made this person feel pretty stuck. Whatever the situation is, it seems like something has changed in their childhood, where they were very happy at some point in the beginning, and at some point things drastically changed to much, much worse, putting them at an unfavorable position that made them feel really stuck and hurt, and they were constantly living in the past, reliving this trauma, remembering. They couldn't let go of what they've lost. They compared themselves to other people around them, and it was a really long, tough journey. Pile number 3. Despite all of that, they didn't turn out to be a malicious person. So good job with this person, pile number 3. Really good job. In fact, I think at some point they've learned to adapt. They've gained a lot of wisdom from what happened, and instead of crying about it, they've decided to accept it and heal and look towards a brighter future. These experiences that this person has been through, even though they were tough, and the only thing you would expect from this person is to become a person who has a hurt inner child. But no, somehow they really made it through. Maybe they have really got into spirituality at a young age. They were lucky to hear a lot of healthy information that helped them heal, forgive, forget to a great extent. They have adjusted the way they thought, and it really started off with them as well, taking a decision early on to be a good person, to look at the positive side of life at some point. In their early teens, 16, 17, somewhere around there, they've decided to have a nice life. They've decided to be a good person. And the reason it worked out well for this person that you're inquiring about here, pile number 3, is that this person is already an old soul. And even though they have suffered a lot in the past, they want to do the best for everyone. They don't want anyone to feel the emotions that they have been through. They don't want anyone to go through what they have gone through. In fact, they're thinking, one day if I have children or if I adopt children, I will not ever put them in the situation where that I have been through. I will make sure that I will take good care of them, will be prepared for them as much as I can. And really, it really mind blows people how this person went from all these tough times to really being a good person. And that shows true character right there. It's really a person who you can trust and feel home with. Pile number 3. So I love that person already. I like them. This person actually learned from their past, and instead of crying over it, they've learned to build grit. They've learned to be super ambitious, and now they are in the process of working on their dreams and building their wealth. In fact, they're at the moment at a new phase of creating an even bigger base of wealth than what they are in. And this is probably why we heard in the very beginning, anything that you lose comes around in another form. So it's like they're compensating softly what happened to them in the past, by looking towards a positive future, working towards it and creating what they want. And they are the sort of person who would love to share their wealth with other people. They want to make the people around them happy, and is certainly a person you can trust and feel safe with. You will not see malicious acts from this person. It's a person who you can talk to and gain a lot of wisdom from. Not just because they are smart and because they're an old soul, but because they have the capability of putting themselves in anyone's place, having gone through all these tough experiences. Some of them were so tough, however, that they don't really share with people. They gracefully keep it to themselves. It no longer hurts them thinking about it. It's a sad memory. They might be a little bit ashamed thinking about it, or sad, embarrassed maybe. So they gracefully don't share it. But they have been through a lot. And that gives them the capability of feeling for people, understanding uh, um, how what they're going through exactly. And not only so, but they're able to give wise advices on how to deal with different situations and how to get yourself out of difficult situations. um, this person is certainly a person who you can listen to for hours. Not only are they smart and balanced in their thoughts, but they're deep. And the way they talk is a mixture between um, good advice, sound mind, int- being said in an interesting way, along with showing emotion and depth and character. So, wow, pile number two. This is such a lovely, wonderful person that you're inquiring about, for sure. So, with this person, you'll see a combination between wisdom, seriousness, stability, and playfulness, along with a good heart. And it's only you know how deep this person is the more you get to know them. They have a professional facade. They appear smart. They do appear very civilized and graceful, but you get to experience them more the more you know them. And as you can see here, the Nine of Cups is depicted as dolphins emerging from the heart, creating an arc towards the third eye, which shows playfulness, um, emotions, love. And so you always feel that this is a person who you can rely on, that feels home, that you're able to joke around with, giggle and laugh with. Surely a person that's going to be there for you when you need them, is not a person who would abandon you. This is a person who respects their family a lot. If they're a man, they respect their wife and children a lot. Is there making sure that they get a beautiful life. If this is a woman, then she respects her partner, whether a man or a woman, very, very well. Respects their children or adopted children very, very well, if they ever have one. So yes, family comes first with this person. Not just family, dear ones, dear friends. Everyone can see that they are to be respected first before anyone else. They have privileges more than anyone else. And not that they don't respect other people, but family, dear friends, they come first with this person. Definitely a lot of loyalty here, and a good balance, because they know what matters. They're not about impressing others, and while they love others being impressed by them, they're, however, not digging for it. They're not fishing for a compliment. They're not fishing for people to compliment them or be impressed by them. They know what matters in life, and to them it's great knowledge and education, succeeding, holding family and friends dear, and living life through experiences rather than through materialistic means. Pile number 3. Another beautiful trait about this person is that they have learned to live in the moment. You will not see this person stressing out about things in life easily. You would be nearly the one saying, hey, look, this is not working. What are we going to do? You'll find them chill, relaxed, handling the situation. You might in the beginning think they don't care. You'll find that they have put a great plan to it, that they've called and made the necessary phone calls, that they fixed the situation, they're working on it. They just don't stress themselves out. And I think this is something that the close people around them truly admire about them, how they're calm, chilled, and relaxed, and they don't get themselves into bad mood anymore. That's a choice that they've made. Like I said, they've grown a lot spiritually. They have genuinely learned so much that most people can ever learn going through difficulties like this. You'd wonder, looking at this person, how did they learn all that? How did they reach this stability? In fact, if you ask them, they'll tell you, I don't know, I'm just grateful and happy. Nothing is worth being too sad over. Everything will be compensated. Change is the only constant in the world. They have seen blessings from the universe, from the source, from God or whatever they believe in. They know they're loved. They always believe that the best is yet to come for them. So pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!